everybody, Grandma Bev here from Life with Grandma Bev. And today I'm going to try something new. And of course, I want you to leave comments at the end to tell me whether you think I should keep it up or not. Now, one of the things that Bob and I have always done is we both have had a love of movies. I'm at the age where I don't remember them once I've seen him half the time, but I enjoy them while I'm watching them. Once we retired in 2006, and maybe even before then, I can't remember now, we started going to the movies once a week. And after retirement, though, we started doing it every Friday, and we called it date day, and we just didn't schedule anything else for that day. Now, we would go in the afternoons because there'd be nobody in the theaters. It was really cool. You know, we'd get our popcorn, and sometimes we'd share a drink, split a drink, or have our own drinks or whatever. Sometimes we'd stop and I'd go and get candy to bring in. So it was a fairly cheaper way to go to the movies. And once we started coming down here to Yuma, we continued the habit. And what was nice was the theater here, when you go during the day, was only $5. It was only $5 for seniors. Now I think it's up to $6 or something. The difference is, though, during the day, in the afternoons, it's always full of seniors. So you got to get there early, get good seats and all that stuff. Now, we haven't been back since COVID started. We haven't been back in a movie theater. So, we've learned throughout life that you just adapt to things. You can always find something to change what you can't do anymore, or, I say adaptation. So we started doing the movies on Friday afternoons. Bob would makes popcorn, and we go on, like Prime, networks, whatever all the little streaming things that there are, and we find a movie that looks good, and we in the motorhome here, we close a lot of the blinds so it's a little darker in there, without the sun. Of course, it's hard to keep some of the noise out, especially today, with it being Thanksgiving weekend, and the park is full. So today, I should add, when we were at home in Washington, we would do it on Fridays, and same thing, close what drapes we could. Still wasn't like being in a movie theater, but we do it in the afternoon. We just somehow just like it in the afternoons, rather than doing it at nighttime. Once in a while we did it at night, but so anyway, today's movie, we decided to watch a movie called Old Henry. Probably doesn't sound that interesting, but it was a good movie. Now, it just came out, let's see, I've got some notes here. Okay, it just came out October of 2021. So it hasn't been in the movie theaters that much. We still don't go back to the movie theaters either. Yeah, still too much going on. Anyway, it received a 95% Rotten Tomatoes score on the tomatometer, and a 90% audience score. So that was out of 100 plus ratings. And the 95% was out of 60 reviews. And this is a movie that, led by a reliably solid performance from Tim Blake Nelson, Old Henry serves up a supple cut of vintage Western rawhide. It is. There wasn't even a single woman in it. But it all took place in this one place, this one farm. And I'd never heard of this guy, but now when I looked up afterwards and during it to say, who is this guy? He did an excellent job, and he's been in a lot of different movies and TV programs and things. But he's not a face that you recognize. And it says Tim Blake Nelson, which is who he is. I'm going to read a bunch of this. Her performance in the title role of the second feature film by director Patsy Ponsaroli is its most stellar his most stellar attribute. It has the most convincingly exhausted and forlorn hangdog expressions in contemporary cinemas, and he puts it to undeniably superb use in the early portions of this movie. In the beginning, you hear him talking, and he's talking about how he's telling the viewer of his origins, which means he's New York born, spent time in Kansas, Arizona, New Mexico. The movie setting takes place in 1906 in the territory of Oklahoma Territory. He's a farmer. He works the land. Henry's son Wyatt is bored with his tasks and complains, "I still don't believe this is a life you wanted. Up at dawn, feeding the stock." Henry insists to Wyatt, played by a kid named Gavin Lewis, excellent job too, that there are worse arrangements to have to live in. So he is a farmer who married a woman, of course if he's got a son, and she had died 10 years prior. So when it first opens up, you see all these fields of like wheat or hay, whatever the heck it is, and there's a cemetery plot, and on it shows the name of his wife. And so after his wife dies, he's a widower, left to raise his son and work the farm. Now his wife's brothers have land adjacent to his farm, and the guy, right away we recognize the voice who plays his brother-in-law, and it's Trace Adkins. You can't miss that voice. So he's in it too. He's one of the recognizable people. And what ends up happening is a horse comes up without its person, and there's some blood on it. So the farmer goes out, Henry, and looks for whoever was on the horse, and he does find the guy, and he also finds a big saddlebag full of money. He leaves because he thought, "I don't want to get involved in this." He leaves, but doesn't get very far, and then he has to go back and help the guy and brings the money and the guy back to their place. So he takes in this unknown stranger who has been shot, and he and his son are taking care of him. Well, at some point, a posse of 3 sheriffs come, and they want the guy. So Henry's got to decide who to believe, the sheriff's posse or this stranger. It's really good, really good. Now, I'm telling you, from my viewpoint and Bob's viewpoint, we both loved it. It takes a couple of turns that you do not expect. And I'm not going to give away any more of it because you got to watch it. And if I give it away, you have no incentive to watch it. But towards the end, man, you're just kind of on the edge of your seat. It's just really a good movie, especially if you like Westerns, which Bob and I do. So, I had to quick do this because by tomorrow I'll forget a bunch of it. So, tell me what you think. Would you like me to start doing little reviews of what I think of the movies that we see? And also I should add that we downloaded this or streamed it off of Amazon Prime today. So comment below. Tell me what share. That's the tell me what you think. That's the share. Like, subscribe. And I'd like you to tell me what else you'd like to hear about the movies. What am I leaving out? Because this is new to me. This is the first one. So I'm open to suggestions. And no, we're not going to give you popcorn. Wish we could. Yeah, everybody come over here and join the movies with us. So, I hope you're all having a good Thanksgiving weekend. We are, like we say, it's a little noisy, getting noisier here, but it's tolerable, you know. Neighbors over here now, they showed up this afternoon. Nobody on this side of us yet. Nobody directly behind us, but kitty corner's been there all week, and then the people kitty corner over there have been here several nights, so it's okay. A lot of noise because they have those huge ATVs and off-road vehicles, and I mean the noisy ones. And they got flags flying on them, you know, and all kinds of stuff. They go by, that light got them lit up, so at night they go by and you see all these lights. So I'll let you go. I hope you're all having a good Thanksgiving weekend also. I love you all. Bye.